Welcome! My name's Stephanie. I'm an interpretive ranger here at Crater Lake National Park. Today we're going to be offering a virtual walk up Garfield Peak. Garfield Peak is 3.6 miles round trip with roughly 1,010 feet elevation gain. It is located on the southern side of the caldera and it offers awesome views of the lake. I'm going to hand it off to my coworker Ranger John, and he's going to take you from here. Enjoy your hike and have fun. We'll see you later.
Welcome to the Crater Lake Lodge at Crater Lake National Park. I'm Ranger John, and I'm going to be taking you on a guided hike of the Garfield Peak Trail. The Garfield Peak Trailhead actually starts about 1/8 of a mile down the paved path. But you can park here near the lodge, and before you leave the parking lot, you just got to make sure you have the stuff for this 2 to 3 hour strenuous hike. So that's going to be a backpack that has water, food, a jacket. You're going to want a first aid kit, also a map or GPS so you know where you are. I always like to bring in a headlamp and some sort of like space blanket or something, just in case I were to get lost and get hurt out there. I will say though, this trail is well marked. It's a there and back. If you stay on the trail, it should be no problem. Also, I'll be guiding you today to give you some nice views and a little information about the volcano itself. So let's head out. Now we're out on the trail. We have benches every once in a while, but most of the trail is going to be sheer cliff. And most of this trail is exposed. So if you come here with kids, you're going to want to keep them really close, let them know the danger. And also you don't want to turn your back to the cliff. So we're going to head up the trail. Let's go. So we're gonna take a break here. We're about halfway up the trail. We've come to this ridge line that's pretty steep cliffs. You gotta really be careful here. And it's gonna become a little more open as we make it to the summit. This giant 4,000 foot depression in the ground is only about 7,700 years old. Geologically, this place is very new. Every bit of rock you see here is lava rock. Mount Mazama is what we call the volcano that used to be here. Its summit would have been 1 mile above our heads here, so we think about 12,000 feet. Mount Mazama erupted in such a large manner that it collapsed into itself. And that's what caused this giant depression in the ground, or we call caldera. The caldera filled with water over about 700 years, and all that water comes from melted snow and rainfall right into the caldera. So this is now the deepest lake in the United States at about 2,000 feet and the cleanest large body of water on Earth. So let's keep going and we'll see even better view from the top. Well, we've made it to the summit of Garfield Peak. You can see this view behind me is unparalleled. You can see almost the entire lake. And we've been hiking for about 1.5 hours. We definitely had to take some breaks. We learned a little bit about the geology. So it's been a really nice hike. Of course, we're only halfway. We still have about 45 minutes to get down. And we're just gonna take a little break up here, enjoy our food and water, and I'll let you guys enjoy the scenery.